So continue to help us share. As usual, continue to hit the like button throughout. It helps to alter their algorithm. You know, this fake book that we are on, you know how it goes. So let's jump to our wonderful topic today. As usual, reminding you guys that we are in modern day slavery, and there are modern day slave catchers and recruiters. They are everywhere. They have them in form of churches, they have them in form of government, they have them in form of one nigga okay, your brothers and your sisters. They are all around us.
The willing tools.
They're willing tools because they're making their money now. They have their money. They are benefiting from this system. So it's not on their it's to their benefit that it comes down. So it's to their benefit that you remain there so they will come to Asonwa and turn on the generator and blast your ear during Christmas. So according to Google, slave catchers are those employed to track down and return escaped slaves to their enslavers. And don't go back to 400 years ago. We're talking about today. They are still in business. So for centuries, indigenous Africans have been fighting for independence. Each time, when it seems as if there's light at the end of the tunnel, the slave masters will employ a group of slave catchers to capture them and return them to the slave camp to continue their servitude. And that situation is not different in Nigeria of today, where over 75% of Nigerians have rejected the Nigeria that is based on the fraudulent 1999 constitution imposed on them by the Sokoto Caliphate and their lapdogs, and upheld by the willing tools of the Southwest, Middle Belt, Southeast, and South South. Sadly, one of the slave catchers, known as the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria (PFN), that is headed by Bishop Wale Oke. Wale Oke. Oke, is that a rat?
All the cock
And
and
his
rats.
cohort.
Okay, okay.
So this Bishop Oke, this Bishop Rat and his cohorts, like Prophet Isa Abuba, the terrorist himself.
Abuba.
Abuba.
Abubeke.
I mean, these people's name are like it's so telling. Like, who follows people that have these kind of wacko names?
Okay, na Abuba.
Okay, now, Bola. They are working together, working towards a deal with the National Assembly, the same National Assembly that has these 60 people that are not representing us. We know they are there to share. It's all about their cuts and how much they will get. They are working with them to validate their misguided efforts to make and once again impose the same new constitution that will not involve the indigenous peoples of Nigeria, the same new constitution that we never signed off for, the current one that we have. Now they are putting it upon themselves to come and impose a new one. These people are so desperate to do this, in spite of the fact that some of their colleagues have counseled them otherwise. They have been reminded of the NINA's constitutional force majeure of 16 December of 2020, which has given us a comprehensive step-by-step approach and process for immediate transitioning to union reconfiguration and freedom for Nigerians. You saw our father, Shoyinke, mentioned it the other day. Even though he was trading carefully, he already collected money in Ghana must go, so he can't say it any kind of way because, they will come out and sabotage him. So we know that as indigenous persons, that if we want a taste of freedom and you're determined to, you must be determined to defy the backing dogs. You must be willing to turn off the torches and stop the slave catchers and the recruiters, because if not, they are not willing to end it too, because the money is good. They are paying them well. They are getting all the cuts. So they are not there for you. What they will do is like, they will become bankers. They will give churches interest-free money, and you, the people, will pay for it. You will pretend like you're serving God. You get to enjoy a condition on Sundays, and the cycle continues. They will be serving them. They will come out as your brother. He will have money, all this money, and then he will give you some on Christmas and maybe send your child, a random child, to Canada, and your sufferings will continue. What about your neighbors that didn't get their son or daughter sent to Canada? what's going to happen to them? And we're telling you that you had a memo going on the surface, on the peripheral, to work on the issues. And the suggestion or the template that Nina is offering is going to the foundation so that we can solve this problem once and for all. We cannot continue to paint a house. The house that has cracks all over it. We can see the house is going to fall anytime. So what do? We go and put plaster on it and put new paint on it so it can become blue instead of white. When we know that the house is coming down. And we're saying, don't let us get to the level of Haiti. When people are now, gangsters are now in charge. The government, because Osu Hala, they will fly off.
Yes.
Osu Hala, they will fly off. It's you that is still giving Pastor Abubeke money, giving money that will bear the consequences. And guess what? We keep reminding you guys that work without end is not an accident. They meant it. You will go and the world will continue. But are you going to go out as a punk? Are you going to go out as someone who did the right thing? I will pull up the PowerPoint for the day so that we can run through it. Go ahead, sister.
Yeah, thank you, my sister. Yes, we must do the right thing. We must do the right thing. Starting with little as clicking like buttons in this show, sharing it, sending it out, playing it on speaker, just speak off your phone to your people for them to understand. Teaching our people the way out so that they'll stop following these slave catchers, slave recruiters. They will recruit ourselves into their religious plantation. Before, our people were in plantation, in cane plantation, what other, tobacco plantation. Now it's religious plantation. That's where they recruit our people and put them and continue to brainwash them. If they want to escape, they will catch them, put them back inside the slave camp, and life continues. That is not life. I'll allow my sister to go ahead, please.
Yep, that is not life. So look at our picture. You can see exactly what it's referring to, right? You have the slave catchers. These people, they were using all kind of tools. They were using dogs, anything to catch these slaves and bring them back. You can see the man shooting from the window, the Indian Kejia, sticks coming for them because it was a job for them. It was a job. Instead of them to go and work in their plantation like the slaves, no, they were doing on the other side to bring you back so that you can continue the hell that you find yourselves in.